Hi, I'm Renee Problock, and this is my first vlog. I'll be analyzing Virginia Woolf's Slayer Pins Have No Use. I found this the more interesting of the two readings we were given, and at least for me, it was a little easier to comprehend. So throughout this whole story, it's never blatantly said, but there's this underlining meaning that Miss Cray is queer. There are multiple signs and just everything she does, things that are known about her, that Fanny knows about her, that says, it all points to that. And so the first quote I want to start off with, it's simple and little, and it might not have stuck out to most people, but for some reason they tied the thing together with me, is they are ogres. This is 3 simple words, but I think they were chosen very carefully. Ogres, think about it, I think of Shrek, like the big green giant ugly ogre, like she's clearly trying to convey that she does not find men attractive like they are this giant green repulsive ugly ogre to her. Ogre is like a word that stuck out in my brain, so I think that was used so you understood that that's how she sees men. She doesn't see them as something to marry, to be with, to love. And then the carnation metaphor, I think, is was a very huge part of the story. The carnation, it was so carefully thought out to me. The carnation, it could have been anything, but the reason it was a carnation because it was pinned to Fanny. It was part of her at one point. It touched her the way Julia Cray wants to be. It was close to her, touching her skin, as Julia Cray wants to get to Fanny, but she knows she can't. So when I think she finds the flower before Fanny does because she desires it more, and as she holds it, it's in a very sexual manner. It doesn't just simply say, like, she didn't just hold it in her palm. She crushed it. Fanny felt voluptuously in her smooth, veined hands stuck about with water-colored rings set in pearls. The pressure of her fingers seemed to increase all that was most brilliant in the flower, to set off, to make it more frilled, fresh, immaculate. Well, so it's in a very sexual manner. It's like what she wants to do to Fanny, but she can't. So I think she's taking some of her frustration out on this carnation. And then as well as, so even now with the carnation, she had her hands on it. She pressed it, but she did not possess it, enjoy it, not entirely and altogether. Possess stood out to me. When I think of possess, I kind of think of, like, it's an ugly word, especially when you're talking about a person. You never want to say you possess a person. So I found it a little odd that that was used. I think it was used on purpose because it says she was courted many times. Men would take her down, like, the river, and she had many suitors, but she always said no. Like, they wanted to possess her, but she wouldn't let them. They desired her in that way, so she, like, it's finally her time to possess something, to have it. She wants it so badly, and she wants it entirely and wholly. She wants to possess it. So it's a strong word. And she does have a relationship with Fanny, so she enjoys it, but it's not in the way she wants. It's not entirely. It's musically and, like, as her mentor, but she wants, like, it's not as her lover the way she wants. Let's see. I think Fanny reciprocates these feelings as well. And there's many signs that Julia is queer, smiling at her the same odd smile. She always looks at Fanny with this admiration, this lust. Julia says at some point that men are for protection, and Fanny says she doesn't want protection. She's saying she doesn't want men. And as she says this, she blushes, because I think like, Julia looks at her, she blushes. She has feelings for her, and she wants her to know that, but I think she's still a little confused on exactly what they mean, and I think she knows at this point that Julia is queer. And I know we learn a lot about queer theory, and we read more literature about it later on. But we also, I noticed in the calendar, discussed feminism, and I think that topic's also discussed briefly in this piece of literature. Obviously, she didn't marry any men because she was gay, but she also wanted the freedom to do what she wants. The very next day, perhaps, she would get up at 6, put on her cloak, and walk all the way from Kensington to the river. She had not sacrificed her independence. She could do what she wanted when she wanted. Obviously, she didn't marry because she was gay, but she was also staying true to herself and didn't want to be tied down, wanted to be able to do what she wanted, and that meant being with women and also just living her life. So that was my interpretation of this piece. Thank you guys for listening.